My guest for today is renowned automotive vlogger and businessman, Reagan of Reagan's Rides. Uh, we get into a candid conversation, delving into different issues. Something you want to add?
Well, let's do this.
Thank you. I hope you take something from our episode. Afternoon, Reagan. Kumusta?
Good afternoon, Michael.
Yeah, it's good to see you after some time. And
Yeah.
I know it's a very busy schedule, especially in the automotive industry. But
Tell
it's
me
good.
about it.
We have time to do this. So,
Yeah.
first of all, how are you doing lately?
Well, it's been busy. It's been a busy past over a year na, and the industry's been growing. So busy is good. Busy is very good.
Because we came from a pandemic, but now we
Yes.
see there's so many activities na, and
Yeah.
there are cars all over the place.
Lots of cars, lots of new brands, lots of new models. Yeah. So it's a bit overwhelming, pero it's also good. Kasi that means that it also shows that we have a lot of economic growth happening in the country. People are willing to spend.
I always wanted to ask you, how
Hmm.
did you begin your automotive
Ah,
vlogging journey? Because I know you have a YouTube channel
yeah.
and you review a lot of products, a lot of new models. How did that begin?
Actually, ano yan, I started out as a vlog in 2017, November 2017, when I bought my Mazda MX-5. So it was my very first time to buy a sports car for myself. I'm not into automotive. I'm not an automotive person. Not part of the industry. I'm more of an insurance person. Been an insurance guy for over 2 decades now.
All kinds of insurance.
Yeah, all kinds of insurance. Yes.
So life, auto.
Life, non-life, medical, the whole bunch, no? So medyo doon tayo nakilala sa insurance. But ever since I was young, mahilig talaga ako sa cars. So yeah, but then yun nga, 2017, I was able to save up to buy my own Mazda MX-5, and I decided to document it with with a vlog. I mean, I didn't have a channel back then. Just wanted, it's only for myself, my own personal consumption. Na, and I don't want to keep it in my computer. I wanted to upload it sa YouTube para, it's accessible anywhere, anytime. And hindi, safe yung video. Kasi hindi siya mabubura. No? So, yeah, just documented the whole process of buying the car, getting it from the dealership. And then when I uploaded it, I was surprised. Ang daming nanood. Ang daming views.
This was YouTube.
This was YouTube. This was YouTube. In November 2017. Actually, I uploaded the video November 2017. So that's when my channel started. It wasn't even Reagan's Rides at that time.
But it wasn't part of your plan to grow big.
No,
It was
no.
just, you just wanted to document
Just
it.
wanted to document, yeah, the feeling of being able to buy my dream car at that time, no? So yun lang. But then ang daming nanood. And then that kind of lit a light bulb sa akin. Maybe this is something that I could also do. No? So I know a little bit of editing, a little bit of I like gear. Actually, I like my gadgets, camera gear and stuff. So I invested. I bought some gear and stuff and started vlogging about my car. So mga road trips, mga modifications, ganyan, some tips and tricks, ganyan. In fact, I have around 100 videos of the Mazda MX-5 in my channel. In the
That
early
car
years.
you owned.
That car that I own, yeah. It's a red soft top 2018 Mazda MX-5. Manual transmission. Long live the manual.
But who was your first set of followers? How did you gain traction? Your network muna.
Actually, that's a good question. So, syempre, yung mga nagsasubscribe sa akin noon, were all fans of the Mazda MX-5. Mahilig sa
May
Miata.
base naman yung Mazda,
Meron
diba?
namang fan base yan, no? But you know what, Michael? It took me 20 months to reach 1,000 subscribers.
20 months.
Almost 2 years.
So what did you do? You just kept posting, or did you?
I was just posting mga every week, once a week on YouTube. I was posting mga vlogs about the car, about mga road trips, ganyan, destinations, ganyan. And then I received a call from Mazda Philippines, and they told me that they're bringing in the hardtop MX-5. They've seen my video, so they told me that Reagan, you can borrow it for a few hours, make a video out of it, and put it in your channel. So that's what I did. I borrowed it, made a review of the Mazda MX-5 RF, and when the video came out, ang daming nanood. As in, I was surprised, in 1 week it reached like 30,000 views.
Wow.
In 1 week. So parang wow. Then that lit another light bulb in my head na maybe I should shift to car reviews. Because I was running out of content na rin for my car eh. Kasi lahat ng aspects ng
Mazda pa lang to.
Mazda lang to, Mazda. Oo. So, I was thinking, sige, mukhang pwede ko mag-car review. I can do car reviews. But I don't have access to the cars.
But you strike me as a very knowledgeable car guy. Yung first impression ko when I saw a few of your videos. So, but you said earlier na hindi ka technical with cars. So, how did you get to learn more?
And well, ano naman, I mean, I've always been fascinated with cars since I was in high school pa. I was doing racing na rin back then, ganyan. So, we know a good general knowledge about about the engines, about transmissions, stuff like that.
What about being in front sa camera? How did you get used to that?
Ano yan, Michael?
Especially, of course, you're bringing that stick, then you're talking.
Yeah.
How did you get used to it? How did you calm the nerves? Ganun.
Nobody is really natural in front of the camera sa start eh.
Practice
so, syempre, practice makes perfect yan. So, regular creation of content, regular shooting of videos, habang tumatagal, it becomes more natural na. Yeah, but if you will see some of my earlier videos, my earlier reviews, talagang may pagka-robotic. Medyo matigas.
So, may learning curve, no?
Meron talaga.
It's a natural progression.
Pero what I did nun, so what I did to get access to more cars, pumupunta ako sa mga dealership. So, I go to a dealership, go to the showroom, and then I talk to the manager there if I can film a video for them, if I can make a review video of the cars
sa
in the
mga
showroom.
demo units also.
Yeah, sa mga demo units, ganyan. And
were they welcoming?
Actually, yes.
Lahat, or may hit and miss?
They're all welcoming because well, yung una, may mga iba nagtatanong sa akin like, sige, how much will you charge us for that? And I would say, no, it's free content because I need content for my channel. Oo. So I would give it for free. And when I say free, magic word eh. When I say free, go ahead, shoot our car. Sige, lahat yan i-feature mo. So that's how I started as a reviewer.
So when you started out reviewing, you covered all aspects, design, performance, also, of course, comfort, price, all these aspects.
Actually, ano yan, I would do some research on the car. Siyempre, lalo yung mga may heritage, no? Yung mga matatagal na mga brand names, yung mga matatagal na models. I would do research on those and give some trivia about these cars. And then I would talk about the features, the external features, the cabin, the tech, the safety, ganyan. Usually, pag nasa showroom kasi, yun lang naman that's the only thing I can talk about. Because, syempre, if you don't get to drive the car, there's really no experience behind it. Yun. So, yung yung talking about the driving, the performance, ganyan, that came about when I was being engaged already by mga distributors.
When did you start engaging with the distributors?
Actually, the first one, of course, was Mazda Philippines. So being a Mazda MX-5 owner, I'm very close with Steven Tan. So yeah, they would lend me the CX series, the CX-5, the CX-9, CX-8, even the Mazda 6, Mazda 3. And I was able to do reviews for Mazda. Yon. And then after that, nangyari na yung pandemic. Kasi this was around mga 2019. Second half of 2019, that's when I shifted to car reviews. And then nangyari yung ECQ,
Yeah,
yung lockdown.
yung mga lockdowns.
Yeah, so natigil talaga. And my channel didn't have any content for 3 months because we had a lockdown. No? All the showrooms were closed. Everyone was in their houses, ganyan. But I took that 3 months period to reassess my channel. And napansin ko, well, one thing is yung audio ko hindi masyadong maganda. So I had a very cheap wired
nag-level up
microphone.
ka.
Yeah.
Bought
And
better quality materials.
yes, I decided to really invest in a solid microphone. So wireless na microphone. And napansin ko when nag-lift yung ECQ, naging MECQ na siya, started publishing content again, na triple up yung views. Kasi limited pa rin tayo sa paglabas eh. In fact, I would even say na yung 2 years natin na ECQ, MECQ during the pandemic, that was the golden age for content creators like
Kasi
me.
nasa bahay lang, online
Yes.
lahat ng tao.
Everyone was online, everyone was stuck at home, walang nagbabakasyon, walang lumilipad, nobody was doing anything but stay at home. So, dun talaga nag-blow up yung channel.
How did you come up with the branding? Diba, Reagan's Rights, you have this t-shirt and ito
Yes.
yung logo mo. So, when did you start conceptualizing that and deciding na ito, you'll really pursue this, make it grow?
Actually, the channel started out, the original name was Scarlett Miyata because puro Miyata content. And then, yeah, when I shifted to car reviews, I was thinking, hindi na pwedeng Scarlett Miyata. Dapat broad na, di ba? One of the YouTubers that I really watch abroad is Joe Ratey of Ratey's Rides. So, he also reviews cars, he uploads every day. And nisip ko, ako si Reagan. Reagan's Rides. Pwede.
Yeah.
So,
bagay.
that's a
Kasi,
nice ring to it.
Yeah, it's catchy and
Catchy.
yung retention rin.
Yes,
It's good.
yes. Tsaka mahalaga na you type sa search bar na Reagan, lumalabas na yung Reagan's Rides sa algorithm ni YouTube. So even that, pinag-aaralan ko yan. I analyze it.
So now you're present in YouTube, Facebook. Are you in Instagram and TikTok?
Yes. All 4 platforms.
So the best one, I would presume, is
Still YouTube.
Yeah.
But TikTok is fast catching up. You know,
more on sa Reels yung TikTok.
Yeah,
Siyempre,
more on short videos.
that are catchy.
Yeah, actually, ang ko dyan, the way I see it, TikTok, short form, 1 minute, 60-second videos, this is more like marketing. It's like you're showing that there is this certain car, that there's a certain brand, teaser, that it exists, makes people aware. But then, if you're interested to know more about the car, you go to my YouTube channel and see my long-form, full, in-depth car review. Yun. So, si YouTube, parang more of sales. Si TikTok is marketing. Parang ganon.
Going back to your roots, what were your previous jobs? Anong background mo? Maybe as you were growing up also, maybe we can get to know you more personally. If what course, where did you grow up?
Yeah, but lalabas yung maka-carbon date nyo na ako dito. Yeah, contrary to what a lot of people think, na bata pa ako. I'm actually in my 40s already.
Baby face. Still,
yeah,
pwede pa.
Nakuha ko sa mom ko yan. Yeah, so, my mom, senior citizen na siya, but she always has to show her senior card kasi hindi halata na senior siya. But yun nga, I'm in my 40s, so I graduated in Ateneo, 2001. So, tagal na. 23 years ago.
Course yan.
Course ko was Management Information Systems. So, it's like a mix of management and CS, ComSci. And we had a course back then on video editing, multimedia. So, I learned a lot from that. Even if medyo rudimentary pa yung mga tools nun for video editing. Yun. And then, from graduation, I joined my mom's company. We own an insurance agency. So,
what's it called?
Reagan Insurance Services. Yeah. So, We have life insurance, we have non-life, medical, the whole ano. We represent several companies, several insurance companies.
How's the insurance industry doing lately?
It's good. Yeah, it's good. Kasi ano naman lalo, actually, the medical insurance talaga naging popular because of COVID. Yeah. So, malaking bagay. I mean, ako personally, na-experience ko yan, 2021, I was diagnosed with critical COVID. So, I almost died in 2021.
Oh, you got the strong variant?
I got the Delta variant. Nung Delta surge, March 2021. So, I got sick.
Na-admit ka that time?
Na-admit ako. Yeah, 15 days ako sa hospital.
Oh,
St.
that's
Luke's.
bad. Where do you think you got it?
It's funny kasi ano siya, lockdown, 'di ba? So we're all in the house, ganyan. So may kumuha lang ng package sa lobby yung kasambahay. I live in a condo So our kasambahay kumuha lang ng package from the lobby. Siguro may I don't know, may nakuhang virus or what, siya yung nagdala. The whole household, even my kids, lahat kami, we were hit by COVID. But ako yung nag-critical. And 7 days, high fever, doesn't go away. On the 7th day, I started to have trouble breathing na.
So kahit vaccinated ka that time?
Wala pang vaccine.
Wala pa.
Yeah, I was scheduled for a vaccine around June, but tinamaan kami March. Yun. So what happened, I was rushed to the hospital, hirap pumasok, and then the hospital told me na critical COVID nga ako, and before they can treat me, I have to put down a deposit. And baka magulat ka how much the deposit is.
How much?
200,000 pesos daw. So imagine a regular, Filipino.
But you had no issues getting a room?
May issues din. 4 days kasi sobrang dami, surge
Then yung process also sa claims, ganun.
Pero ang maganda dyan, may health card ako. So I have my medical insurance. Plug ko na lang Pacific Cross. So si Pacific Cross, I gave the card and malaki yung coverage ko And yun talaga yung yun talaga yung napansin ko. If you have a very good medical insurance plan, iba yung treatment sa'yo ng hospital. They give you the best room. I had 10 doctors. I had 10 doctors who attended to me.
So what was your treatment? What really helped eradicate or make you
Well,
improve?
they did everything Pati yung mga experimental drugs at that time, binigay nila sa akin. Yeah, I got 10 doses of remdesivir. Yeah. So I was in the hospital for 15 days and umabot yung bill ng mga 1.5 million.
Wow.
Kaya humihingi ng 200,000 deposit, 1.5 million and I did not pay a single peso. Yun yung maganda sa health card.
So covered talaga.
My health card kasi ang coverage ko 28 million pesos. Medyo
galing.
Yeah, medyo hardcore. Yeah. So, sinagot lahat. Yon.
So, what was your take from the whole COVID experience? Anong realizations and
ang
profound
dyan,
learnings?
actually, marami akong marami akong na-realize nga dyan. The most important for me is life is short. Life is short. Now, I said I'm an insurance guy, and then the car reviews is really more like a hobby up to that time. But it makes me happy. Passion talaga Reviewing cars, creating the videos for all my viewers, it really makes me happy. So after that, I kind of stepped back a bit on the insurance management side and focus more on the car channel.
So now, how would you divide your time? So you're more focused sa cars.
More on cars talaga.
Maybe 60% or then
More,
40% sa insurance? Or
more like 80%.
80 na sa
80%.
kotse.
Yeah.
And you're now monetizing.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
So you're earning a decent
figure. It's okay, but rin naman, syempre we cannot also remove the fact na insurance is pays better. Yeah. Pero naman, it's not like I'm not there anymore in the insurance. I still do the insurance very much full time. But really, yung bulk of my time now goes to the
But with the car vlogs, it can cover the basic expenses.
Honestly, no.
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa rin. I live in Makati and I have 3 kids. Mahal.
Okay.
Siguro if I'm single, kaya.
Kung single, so kaya. So
Yeah.
that's, 6 figures.
Should be 6 figures.
Siyempre.
Closer to 7.
Pag Makati, siyempre, 6 figures.
Oo. Mahal sa Makati. Sobra. Yeah.
Okay. Pero ngayon, since you're very active now sa events, actually, we keep bumping into each other
Yes.
sa mga car shows, whatever, what's going on. What can you say now about the auto industry here in the Philippines? Given na dami ng brands,
Yeah.
diba?
Actually, I remember one of my big early fears when I was, making content for the car review channel for Reagan's Rides is, what if I feature all the cars na? What if maubusan na ako ng cars na
Hindi
pwedeng ilagay sa
maubos
channel?
ngayon. Daming
Yun
new
nga.
players.
Oo.
I don't think you'll run out of content ever.
Yes, actually, I've been doing a car review since 2019, so it's what, 5 years na? 5 years na now, no? And grabe, as in tama ka, hindi talaga nauubusan ng content. In fact, ang mas nauubos sa akin, oras. So, the automotive industry in the Philippines is really growing. And there's more brands coming in, there's more car models coming in, which is good because competition is good.
Yeah.
And if you have
More choices.
more
options.
choices, yeah, the usual suspects, the usual, the mainstay, the mainstream brands that have been here for, decades,
legacy brands.
the legacy brands, it will keep them on their toes as well. Diba? Parang you can't just rely on your brand name anymore. You can't rely on past experiences. You have to constantly look for ways to innovate your product. And at the end of the day, it's a consumer who's the winner. Diba? So,
as a consumer, you'll have so many choices.
Yes.
But sometimes it becomes harder to pick kung ano.
yes.
Given in terms of the value aspect, technology, you're getting a lot of
And that's where we come in. Actually, there's a group of us na who do car reviews for online content, ganyan. Pero if you'll notice, we have different styles. And we have different approaches and angles that we look at. No? So like personally, sa Reagan's Rides, I look more at the driving experience rather than the tech and features, or really more of yung how the car works with me as I drive it. Is it something that fights me?
Experiential.
Experiential, yes.
So when you decide to buy a car, what do you really look at? How you feel when you drive it, or more on sa presyo ka or sa value, what it can bring?
Yeah. Of course, for majority of Filipinos, me included, price would be a huge determining factor. It has to be fit within your budget because you might want to buy this car, but if it's outside of your budget to the point that wala nang kakainin yung family mo because you're paying the monthly payments, diba? It's not gonna cut it. No?
Yeah.
So stick with the budget. That's the first one that will determine what car you'd get. For me, once I determine that, the next, once I see which cars are pasok sa budget ko, I would see how it feels to drive. I don't like masyadong artificial na steering. And gusto ko yun nga, it's, I don't want masyadong intrusive din na mga kung ano-anong alarms.
Too much, better if simple.
Yeah.
Minimalist.
Yeah. I mean, I love technology. But if it's already starting to make you like a dumb driver, na parang puro siya na lang lahat, 'di ba? Nawawala na yung 'di ba, yung sense of surroundings and all. Parang you're just on your phone because you know that the car will automatically stop. I'm not really sold too much on that. I still want to have driver engagement.
But now, given there are so many brands, and of course we have the mainstream legacy brands, what's your take on the rise of new brands, especially from China? Because now we have brands from, of course, US, Japan, Korea,
Vietnam pa.
Usual. Vietnam, India, a bit. And mostly China.
But China.
Now, kasi daming new players. So,
yeah.
What's your take on that? Considering, di ba, na Japanese brands in terms of brand perception, kilala na sa mga
Yeah.
Filipinos. But with China, they're really contending in a sense that they provide good value, good technology, but parang iwan pa sa branding aspect. So, what's your take on the whole scene ngayon sa auto?
Actually, I think the Chinese car brands outnumber the legacy brands now in the Philippines. But I for one, I'm very impressed with the Chinese car brands. The level of innovation, the level of tech, the designs. A lot of people are saying that the Chinese car brands are copying the designs from European, American.
So I think some designers are European, di ba?
That's the thing. That's what a lot of people don't know. Most of these European designers are now working for these Chinese car brands. So since they're the ones designing for the Chinese car brands, we can't really say that they copied, because original work yun from the designer himself, who's now working for the Chinese car brand. Yeah, so I'm very impressed. In fact, our family, we own a Chinese car.
What cars
for my
do you
mom
own personally?
Yeah. So, well, myself, I have the Mazda MX-5. That's my personal car. My wife drives a Nissan X-Trail. Yeah. My mom, she used to have a Fortuner, but she was a driver. May driver siya nun eh. So, nung nag-pandemic, nawalan siya ng driver. So, she had to drive for herself. Medyo mabigat, medyo malaki. So, she sold it, and she asked me which car to recommend to her. Something small, easy to use, something she can manage, no? And we ended up buying the Cherry Tiggo 7 Pro. And it's been with her for over 3 years. May mga nagsasabi din, Chinese car brands, let's see after 3 years, let's see after 5 years.
Usually yung comment is bulok yan.
Bulok, ganyan. But more than 3 years, my mom's Cherry Tiggo 7 Pro, no issues. And the way the way that the brand is handling the after sales and all, they're also very good. Yeah. So, ano siya? Our experience with that, walang problema. My brother also drives another Chinese car, pero hindi siya Chinese brand. We have a Ford Territory. Yeah, the first gen Ford Territory. Again, this was bought within a month from my mom buying the Cherry. So, more than 3 years na rin, no issues as well.
So, with your family, you have no issues purchasing a China brand?
No.
Walang hesitation like, baka, may issues.
Yeah. And we're fans of Toyota, because we used to have an Altis, 2 Fortuners. My other brother has a Fortuner pa rin. But we're also not afraid to explore other brands, challenger brands. Nowadays kasi we've also seen, and I've seen how the manufacturing process works, diba? Like sa Jetour last year. You could see that you go to a Chinese manufacturing facility for cars.
Impressive siya.
Impressive, diba?
World class. Behind.
Yeah. You have a lot of robotics happening. Ang linis nung factory, diba? The conveyor system, ang galing. So, with these kinds of level of quality sa manufacturing process, you'd really be confident to purchase from these brands. Yeah.
What about EVs? What's your take on electrification or itong mga hybrid? Kasi we also have a lot of choices for hybrid vehicles.
Yeah.
What's your take on PHEV, EV? And of course, there's reluctance regarding chargers, infrastructure, service, regarding the battery disposal down the road. So, anong take mo?
I'm happy you asked that, no? Kasi ako personally, I'm a proponent for it. Lalo here in the Philippines. Ano siya eh, yung question of what you should get. Should you get an EV? Should you get a hybrid, a plug-in hybrid, or an ICE engine? Ikaw rin yung makakasagot yan eh. You can, the answer will come from you. So how will you answer that? If you drive mostly in the city and short distances, and you spend most of your time in like Metro Manila traffic, I'd go electric vehicle, full EV. Oh, sorry. And you have a garage and you live in a house. Kasi marami rin na they live in like ako, I live in a condo. So paano yung charging, 'di ba? Kung EV, or what if you live in a townhouse or a house na wala ka namang garage, you park in the street, no? So yan yung mga questions. So it's not like a dekahon na one size fits all na answer. If you fit the description, you have a garage, you live and drive like 90% of the time in Metro Manila or these other cities na paikot-ikot ka lang, full EV is the best. Kasi ano yan the cost of the increase in your electric consumption is still a lot lower than the actual fuel cost of a gasoline car on a monthly basis. Diba? So, mas malaki yung matitipid mo. Number two, if you spend most of the time idling in traffic, well, hindi ka nagpo-pollute ng air. And it's already been proven over and over again that EVs are more environmentally friendly than gasoline and diesel-powered cars. Especially with the advancements in battery recycling technologies that's happening now. No? Now, if you're the type of person who does mostly highway driving, or let's say city driving with highway, like for example, you live in Alabang or you live in Laguna and you work in Metro Manila. Let's say you work in Makati. So may mga times na nasa city ka, may times na nasa highway ka. I would highly recommend a hybrid. A hybrid, choose your poison. What's your poison? Yeah, so choose your poison. You could do plug-in hybrid. You can do the Nissan Kicks, no? That Gateway sells, of course, di ba? Nissan Kicks na it's an EV but may gasoline generator, no? Na hindi mo na kailangan i-plug in. So if you don't want the hassles of plugging in, get something like that, a Nissan Kicks, no? If you're okay with plugging in, ganyan. Kasi maganda rin yung may plug Dahil pag nasa mall ka, pwede ka dun sa mall charger.
Yeah. Fast charging na yun, di ba?
Yeah, some malls. Some malls, meron silang AC.
Ayala.
Ayala is like 22 kilowatt hours, I think, for AC charging. Ang advantage dyan lalong-lalo na pag, Christmas shopping. I encountered that I had a plug-in hybrid na car during the Christmas rush. And whenever my wife wants to go shopping sa mall, laging puno yung parking. Pero laging may bakante dun sa charging station. And we always get to park there because we can plug in. That's something you cannot do with like a Nissan Kicks, diba? Or a Corolla hybrid, diba? Corolla Cross hybrid. Yun. If you're mostly driving long distance, you go to the provinces, malalayo yung biyahe mo, ganyan, I would still suggest go for ICE. Gasoline engine pa rin.
Okay.
Yeah,
kasi now there's also confusion with the different types of chargers. Because I think for the average consumer, yan yung usual reluctance, range anxiety, and the different types of chargers and the lack of infrastructure around. So, where do you see that in the next few years? Well, there are perks, of course, like hindi kasama sa coding.
Yeah.
So,
anong
tingin mo dyan?
Yun nga, yung charging stations naman, it's still an issue, concern, but it's becoming a smaller concern as time goes by. In fact, I was surprised even in our own office. I just found out like last week that in our basement parking, nag-install na yung office admin ng charger for EVs. Free for use for anybody who works in the office on the building that has an EV. No? So I was surprised na may ganon. That's part of the government's mandate that in the public establishments should all roll out EV charging stations. So right now, most of the major areas meron na. So you can even go to places like Baguio, La Union, Tagaytay. There are chargers na rin, no? I'm not sure in Cebu. Wala pa masyado.
Well, we have one dealership namin which we have installed charger. Pero that's for Nissan.
That's for Nissan.
Pero konti pa, but I hope it also improves.
But the good thing about the EVs is the range per charge is becoming better. Now, so we're seeing EVs now that are going above 400 kilometers per charge. No? So, if you live in the Philippines, parang iniisip ko, what kind of trip will you go to that you'll consume more than 400 kilometers in one go? Parang wala eh.
Di naman.
Diba? We're not like the US, diba?
Sobrang layo yung
road trip
going to different states.
Diba? Like they do Los Angeles to New York, 7 days na road trip, ganyan. Those kinds of concerns. That's more
not applicable dito
yeah.
sa Philippines.
Yan. Kasi sa atin, you do, sa atin nga, lagi tinatanong, makakaabot ba ng Baguio yan? Eh, Baguio is only 220 kilometers, di ba?
But regarding EVs, I think a common reluctance also is yung price of
Price.
most electric vehicles.
But it's been going down.
Because
been going
iba
down.
yung tariff tinanggal.
Not only that, also because of the Chinese brands. You know, ano yan eh, I firmly believe that because of all these new Chinese car brands coming in with their EVs, with their hybrids, with lower prices, everyone has to follow suit. Eh. You know, and it's becoming more accessible to the common person. And that's what the government wants to happen. That's why naglabas nga ng mga incentives ang government. No? Not just the coding, even the tariffs and then yung registration fees, I think is discounted. You know,
But
so
there are two sides in the spectrum, diba?
Yeah.
Meron mga pro-electrification, meron din ayaw ng change who still wanna pursue with the conventional ways.
yes, which is why I agree with the president of Toyota when he said that he's seeing a future where in the automotive world, it's a power of choice. Some people would want to choose a hybrid.
But still good for the consumer at the end of the day.
Yes.
Pwede yung usual petrol, diesel, then there's hybrid, PHEV, and there's EV.
Actually, it might be the diesel that might be phased out because most of the manufacturers are starting to move away from diesel. Eh. And with good reason. I mean, di ba, you run, di ba? So, when we run, sometimes we run beside the road. Tas
Yeah.
Pag may dumaan na diesel, medyo ang hirap huminga, di ba?
Mm-mm.
So, ako, personal experience ko lang yun. I mean, I run regularly and ang hirap na nga mag-breathe when you're running. And then here comes this smoke-belching vehicle, diesel fumes. Lalong hindi ka makahinga. Hindi lang siya it's not just the smell eh. But can you imagine what those fumes are doing to the development of your brain, to your body, to your lungs? No?
Yeah. Carbon monoxide
Yeah.
also, of course.
It's a health concern. And yeah, most car manufacturers are moving away from diesel. In fact, some are already phasing out diesel development. So, moving forward, yung mga high torque vehicles that need high torque, most likely hybrids and EVs kasi ang taas ng torque din ng EVs.
But siguro some would still advocate for diesel rin kasi meron ding perception, di ba?
Yeah.
Tipid ang diesel, some would still opt for it. Pero
Malakas ang hatak.
Yeah.
Diba? Malakas ang hatak, ganyan. Yeah, then that's where the power of choice comes in.
so dami ng choices.
Yes. It's
So,
good for everyone.
Regarding EVs, marami ng choices. What are some of your top EV choices in the market
Oh.
today? Like kami, we have, with our company
Yes.
naman, we have Jitor Ice Cream, we have
Mhm.
Hyundai Ioniq 5 and 6, Kia EV6,
Yeah.
Nissan Leaf. So,
Yeah. Actually,
would you buy an EV? Would your
uh,
family buy an EV?
Yes, yeah.
Presently, given the options that
In
you have
fact,
now.
I got to review the Jetor ice cream.
Yeah.
And we love it.
Yeah.
It's just that, I mean, I would buy it. But it's just that I have three kids with big bags. So,
Yeah.
trinay kong
Maliit yung ice cream. Cute siya. Na
Oo, sana if it has a little bit more trunk space sa likod, perfect na eh, pang hatid sundo sa kids,
Yeah.
'di ba? Zero emissions, ganyan. So, yeah, that's a very fun car to review.
What
The
about
Jetor
yung
ice cream.
MG? May na-review ka with the Marvel and the
Ah.
MG4.
I just finished filming the X-Power and the Cyberster. Both are EVs, no? So yung Cyberster, ano yan, yung sports car, di ba? And then the X-Power, yung hot hatch, no?
Mm.
And ano siya talaga? I mean, I'm really surprised with the level of innovation and advancements that MG has put in their cars. Like, nagulat ako, wala nang engine start button.
Mm.
So when you get in, na-detect yung key fob, press on the brake pedal, go na siya, under na siya. Just put it in drive, then you can go na.
In terms of performance, are you impressed with the EV performance?
That's
Kasi there will also be performance EVs, di ba?
Yeah.
Yung talagang malakas na EV.
Yes. Actually, that's a funny question. Funny story. So, I borrowed the iX, BMW. So BMW iX. So I borrowed that from BMW Philippines. It's a full electric EV. 630 Newton meters of torque.
Yeah.
So lakas,
Lakas.
di ba? And it's an SUV. So I left my Miata, I left my MX-5 sa parking ng BMW Philippines. So I borrowed it and then did a review, ganyan. Tapos pagbalik ko, when I returned the car, got into my own car, we cannot say that the Mazda MX-5 is a slow car. It's a very light car, mabilis din naman yan. But when I started driving my car, paglabas ko sa EDSA, I was thinking, what's wrong with my car? Parang am I on limp mode? Kasi parang walang hatak.
Yeah.
So I was like, wala naman check engine. I was checking everything.
So it was fine. It was just
It was fine. It just, I got used to the
nasanay.
instant
So it felt
acceleration.
different.
Iba. I'm telling you guys, once you try the acceleration of an EV, it's really, really hard to go back to gasoline engines.
But what about, di ba, like you have guys like Jeremy Clarkson who say na ayaw talaga niya electric cars kasi he loves the sound of a V8, di ba? That sound of the
actually
engines roaring.
That's the only thing, it's the sound because there's no sound. There's no woo sound like that.
Feeling ba?
But here's the thing, di ba? Hyundai has the Ioniq 5N. And I haven't tried the Ioniq 5N. Kung mag-activate kayo, pairam ba?
Yeah.
Pero
actually,
may sound
Hyundai
siya.
is rolling out yung N and will be one of those. Yung mga performance na lineup sa Hyundai.
So meron din
actually
kayo.
tested. It's also very impressive. I was in Korea some weeks ago. So, grabe.
And
iba na.
May sound siya, di ba?
Yeah.
It has simulated sounds that makes you feel like there's a gasoline engine inside.
Pero
simulated.
It's not the
I haven't really heard it. I haven't even driven the Ioniq 5. Pero I heard from other reviewers na parang the simulation is so good na you won't even think na it's an electric car. Yeah, so kaya naman. Kasi even our gasoline cars now with let's say the V8s, the Mustangs, ganyan, like the new Mustang, it's not like the old Mustangs from before in the 60s, in the 70s, na everything is mechanical. Most of the new Mustang now is electronic. So simulated din lahat. The throttle pedal, electronic yan. The steering, electronic yan. So everything is simulated. You just feel na hindi. If that can be done in a gasoline-powered car, that can also be done in an EV.
Yeah. Okay. Regarding car ownership sa Philippines now, well, given dami ng choices, so basically the consumer wins.
Yes.
As we mentioned. What do you think about the process of owning a car ngayon? Of course, given maraming promos, financing support, which makes it easier. There are options, of course, cash, PO, the usual. What's your take on the whole process of owning a car?
Well, madali pa sa Pilipinas eh. I mean, it could be intimidating for a lot of people. But the good thing there is the dealerships can really hold your hand and take you through the process step by step, no? If you want it hassle-free, seamless, the dealer can handle everything. And in fact, I would even say that the Filipino car buying public is a little bit on the spoiled side for that. See, I know, like for example, in the US, it's a different experience. Sometimes you have to go through bunch of markups because of lack of stock, yung mga ganyan. Dito sa atin yata, one brand lang yata yung ganun eh. But anyway, friends pa rin tayo sa kanila. Yun. So, it's a fairly easy process. You can do cash if you have the budget. Although personally, I will not recommend buying cash for the car.
Of course, dito sa Philippines, it's mostly financing. Because it's lighter on their pockets. Monthly, di ba?
Yeah.
Then, down payment, hindi ganun kabigat.
Yes.
Usually 20%, then meron pa yung less.
Actually, there's something that I want to see grow moving forward in the car buying process. It's not really the car buying, but more of the growth of the leasing part.
leasing.
Especially with the rise of the EVs.
Say, I think leasing is quite common outside the
outside,
country.
but not here.
But here, I think we
Yeah.
had a few runs, but it didn't work out so well.
yeah,
Because I think people have this perception that they really want to own.
they want
the
to own the
vehicle.
car. Ganyan.
Pag lease, parang hindi sa'yo yung feeling. Or
Yes.
I think that's what most would perceive.
That's a good way of looking at car ownership before. But now with the rise of EV, so one of the primary concerns of people is paano yung battery? I mean, we say there's an 8-year warranty on the
Yung
battery.
disposal ng battery.
Paano yung disposal? Paano yung resale value? That's always a question that comes out in my comments. Resale value ng EV. Paano kung nagamit na? Although, I don't know if you've seen the study sa US about the Nissan Leaf. 2008 siya lumabas di ba? So, in 2020, Nissan US commissioned a study for 2008 to 2010 Nissan Leaf owners just to see ano yung health ng battery nila in the year 2020, which is 10 to 12 years after. And the battery average life is still at 80%. So parang nakita na, even with the battery technology back in 2008, 2010, tumatagal yung battery. So the common misconception of people that the battery ng EV hindi yan tatagal, mahal yan palitan, etc., etc. Yun nga, it's just that. It's a misconception, because these battery packs, ang lalaki niyan Hindi siya yung parang 12-volt battery natin sa kotse na 2 to 3 years pinapalitan mo na. So, the thing is, that's still a very, real concern of people na paano yung resale value? Mag-EV ako ngayon. What if I sell it after 5 years? What if 6 years, ganyan. Walang may gustong bumili because EV siya. Baka used up na yung battery, Even if 8 years yung warranty ng baterya. That's where leasing can come in. Kasi leasing, you can do a 5-year lease. And at the end of the 5 years, you return the car to the leasing company or let's say the car company. Then they can, you lease a newer model without the hassles of thinking na yung resale value, na paano yung binarik mong kotse, ganyan. Yun na nga, with advancements in recycling technology, the car maker can actually recycle that and put it back into the
that would be exciting na
diba?
More options pa rin for the consumer.
Yes.
Given dami ng brands, daming products, daming financing options.
That's something that I hope the car companies will seriously explore in partnership with the banks.
Anong top choices mo ngayon? Like, I know you do reviews where you have this top list of cars for the year that you reviewed. Ano yung top of mind car choices out there? Walang bias. Just personal, subjective,
Okay,
choices.
Yung aking Reagan's Rides Car of the Year, which I do at the end of each year, may categories yan Kasi syempre sa dami ng cars, So, then there's just one car of the year. So, like last year, I believe it was the Honda Civic Type R that won, the FL5.
Yeah.
Kasi it's a performance car. As I mentioned nga, di ba sa akin, ang focus ko talaga more on the driving performance. But at the same time, sobrang comfortable niya. Pwede mo i-daily drive. And manual siya, pero magaan yung clutch. So, hindi ka mapapagod. But for this year, well, it's only been 5 months pa lang naman. But may mga contenders na. Like, sa SUV class, I'm very, very impressed with the Jetour T2.
Yeah, we just launched that
diba?
Quite recently. Parang, diba, Defender, Land Rover na much less, so mas attainable version ng Defender.
But there are forums abroad that are discussing the Jetour T2, and when I read the forums, natatawa lang ako sa mga comments sa T2. So they're saying it's a knock-off of the Defender, it's a copy of the Defender, ganyan. But there are people who are saying, but it's probably more reliable than the Defender.
Some would say.
So yeah, yun nga But that one, it really impressed me. We just concluded a drive to Midori Clark with Jetour Auto Philippines, and talagang na-impress talaga ako. Kasi the driving, ang ganda. It's a big car, but it works with you. Yeah, and then maluwag, and then everything, all the controls is in the infotainment system.
So user-friendly rin.
Actually, doon ako medyo na-intimidate eh. Kasi Tito eh. Di ba? Tapos lahat nandun. Even yung adjustment ng side mirror.
Or
Nandun
you
doon.
get the hang of it. You get used to it. After
Spend
some-
less than an hour with it. Madali na. Oh. And it has one of the best voice commands that I've ever tested. Kahit na may accent ka na Filipino accent, naiintindihan niya. Yeah.
Okay.
So the T2 is one. A contender for Car of the Year, believe it or not, hasn't even been launched in the Philippines, but it will launch in October. And that would be the MG Cyberster.
Wow.
That one.
Wow,
Talagang...
puro mga gateway brands yan. So,
Oo nga, no?
timing.
Hindi sa Giant.
Hindi bias yan.
Walang
Kasi
bias
you
yan.
mentioned Honda, you mentioned Jetour, and MG.
Alam mo,
So parang 3 out of 3.
they might say na may bias, pero guys, wala akong magagawa. Talaga, Gateway is everywhere eh.
Hindi to scripted.
Oh, Gateway has lots of these brands and yeah. So yeah, the MG Cyberster. So I had the privilege of reviewing and driving the Cyberster that's been going around with MG Philippines, no? And
Sports car, no? It's a roadster.
it's a
top-down.
roadster, full EV sports car na tumataas yung pinto. Scissor doors.
Yes, yes.
So, yun nga, pagka akit baba ng pinto pa lang, it's already a show eh. Parang, wow!
Saan mo na-test yun?
I took it to Tagaytay. From Makati. I went around BGC with the top down. Park ako dun sa may BGC High Street in front of so many people. So, sanay sila sa mga sports cars dun eh. So, nobody's looking much. And then I open the doors. Then everyone starts looking.
Bagay yan para sa mga bachelor, di ba?
Yes,
Of course. Kasama magandang babae or
maganda yung babaeng kasama ko noon. I was driving the joyride with my daughter. So maganda talaga.
si wife nakasama.
Si wife, she doesn't like me driving fast cars. Yeah. So sumasakit daw yung ulo niya. Yeah, mahilig kasi akong mag-drive na mabilis. Of course, safely and within speed limit.
You like that adrenaline rush, that thrill.
Yes. Yun din na nagugustuhan ko sa sa EVs eh, kasi mabilis yung acceleration. So let's say the speed limit is 60 kph, di ba? So wala namang sinasabi sa batas natin sa law na how fast you get to 60 kph, right? You can get there in 1.5 seconds. You're still within the law. Yeah. Yun. So yeah, those are a couple of my top Of course, I love the BMW cars. Talagang they really back up what they say that they're the ultimate driving machine. So,
which BMWs?
I got to drive the new i4 M50. Crazy. That's also an EV. So, kung hindi naman EV, nagustuhan ko rin yung yung X5 M Sport. That one's very nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yun, 4.
Yeah. So far, the year is young. Meron pa tayong 7 months bago magtapos ang taon.
What can you say now about yung experience mo with the different car companies, dealerships, in terms of customer service, handling, yung mga staff? How is it so far?
Actually, what I can say is everyone is friendly, service-oriented, and really willing to help. No? Ano yan eh? Siyempre, the dealerships, the distributors, sometimes we hear na may mga concerns, may mga problems, ganyan, and lumalaki yung problem if hindi nakakarating dun sa dealership or sa distributor.
Yeah, minsan may mga nag-viral, di ba? Yung post, nag-rant online.
May mga ganon.
So, it spreads fast, but minsan exaggerated kasi emotional yung tao.
Yes.
But, yeah, of course, there are different departments naman. So, minsan, hindi you can't escape issues that come from time to time.
And I mean, nobody wants to be tagged as, selling a bad product. Nobody wants to be tagged as selling a bad service. So, ang problem lang is, minsan, nauuna na gustong pumunta sa social media to rant. Maybe for the views, maybe for the 15 seconds of fame, di ba?
Yeah,
Ah,
meron din, 'di ba? Tulfo, gano'n.
may mga gano'n, 'di ba? But then magugulat na lang yung brand, magugulat yung dealership na, may ganyan palang issue, ba't hindi linapit sa'min, 'di ba? So, one of the things that I can tell you guys is the brands, the dealerships, they are always open and willing to help. Yeah. So, all you need to do is just approach. And kind of park the yung angas, yung galit muna.
Mm.
And then talk like decent adults with a level-headed
Yeah, I
mind.
think important yung objectivity lang ng matter,
Yes.
that you don't get too emotional about it.
Yeah.
Kasi minsan ma-cloud yung issue
So,
or
although we can't really blame them kasi syempre a car is probably the second biggest purchase na bibili ng isang
so big
tao.
deal yan.
Diba?
So, siyempre,
Next to a
emotional
house.
rin.
Yeah. So may emotion talaga involved, no?
Mm.
Pero yun nga, lahat naman ng problema nasosolusyonan. And I can really see that the distributors, the brands, the dealerships, they're really willing to back up their products.
Anong advice mabigay mo to the average consumer or to the common Filipino out there on
Okay.
the industry or the economy, anything?
All right. Yeah, so ako advice ko sa inyo guys, medyo marami pero ano lang, we're getting a lot of new cars, a lot of new car brands, at dumadami rin yung we have a lot of new drivers on the road, where the roads aren't really getting, bigger. So traffic's there. Number one advice, keep cool. When you drive, keep cool. Listen to the Michael Goho podcast while you're driving. Di ba? Sabi sa'yo, bro, sales tayo eh. Anyway, yun nga. Just keep cool. Don't succumb to road rage. Huwag tayong magalit.
Common ngayon, no?
Diba?
Mainit
Yung
ulo
road
mga
rage,
tao.
no?
Siguro sa climate rin kasi mainit.
Malamig
traffic.
naman yung aircon ng mga kotse.
Oh.
Luxury car, malamig ang aircon. No, but anyway, that's the first advice. Just keep cool. Now, second advice, and I really, really hope that you guys follow this. Lalong-lalo na if you got your driver's license from the LTO mismo and you didn't get it from some others, suspicious places, please follow basic traffic rules. It doesn't mean na kung walang nakakakita na pwede nyo nang gawin ang bawal. Kasi bawal yan. Like for example, I've seen so many na intersection, na sa stoplight, nakitang walang tao, walang enforcer, tatakbuhin ang stoplight. Diba? That's where accidents happen. Or, my number one pet peeve, double solid yellow line. Guys, double solid yellow line means you cannot cross that. Okay? You cannot cross a double solid yellow line. So, if you're wag kang sumingit, di ba? May mga ganun eh.
Yeah.
Nakapila lahat, maayos nakapila, bigla ito, may sisingit. Wag po tayong feeling entitled. Alright? Wag tayong main character syndrome na lahat ng ibang driver, NPC, tapos tayo ang main character, di ba?
Yeah.
Let's all follow the rules. Yes. Kasi we're all envious, naiinggit tayo sa Japan, sa Singapore, sa US, bakit ang gaganda ng mga roads nila, bakit parang disiplinado, di ba? But then we look at our own how we drive. Basic rules, hindi tayo makasunod. So please study the rules and follow them. Yun lang naman.
On a lighter note,
Sure.
anong mga interests mo aside from, of course, your automotive vlogging and other hobbies, movies, series, or other casual activities?
Actually, right now, Mike, I don't have any time na to watch TV, ganyan, because
busy.
as a content creator, parang pretty much one-man team ako eh. So I do the research, I do the script writing, I present in front of the camera, I also edit the videos after. So,
Full-time.
Full-time talaga. Kaya sabi ko nga 80% of my time is devoted to this. Although full-time pa rin ako sa work namin, sa business namin, sa insurance. So parang isipin mo, paano nangyari yon? I sacrifice on sleep. I sacrifice on social life. Yon. So syempre, we all have 24 hours every day. So hindi na ako nakakanood ng Netflix, hindi na ako masyadong nakakalabas-labas, hanging out, ganyan. Hindi ko na kayang gawin. Yung ganon. Pero, ang non-negotiable sa akin, hindi ko matanggal running. So, I know you also run. So,
how often you run and when did that start?
I started running, kailan ba? New Year's resolution 2022.
So not
No,
too
no,
long ago.
2023 pala. 2023. So 1 year
Sa
pa lang.
road to or both
Road.
treadmill
Road
and road?
yan. December 31, 2022. That's when I started running outside.
Saan ka nag-training? Sa village lang?
Usually, ano lang, sa village lang, ganyan. Minsan, we go to places like UP Diliman because malaki yung academic oval
yung
there.
Compound.
Yeah. So, yun, I do running because it helps me keep a strong body, resilient body. Because yun nga, if you sacrifice sleep, wala ka masyadong relaxation or downtime, ganyan, ang daming work, kailangan matibay din yung katawan. And I'm training for a world major marathon this year.
Sa Chicago,
Chicago.
as you mentioned.
Yeah. 42.2 kilometers.
Grabe.
I've never done that.
May target time ka ba?
Gusto ko mag-target time, but everyone's telling me na since first time ko magpo-full marathon, just enjoy it. Just finish it. Huwag ka na mag-target time kasi may pressure pa yan.
Yeah. Minsan, baka,
Yeah.
at the cost of your body.
Yeah. Kasi hindi biro ang 42.2 kilometers eh. So, the farthest I've ran before that is half marathon, 21.1. Yeah, that one I finished in 2 hours, 28 minutes.
Do you have
Medyo
any
mabilis.
special diets or aside from
Mm.
running, what
Mm-mm.
about gym exercise?
I also play
weights?
occasional badminton. Badminton, I do weights but to support my running. So sa legs para the muscles can support the joints. Kasi alam mo naman pag ikaw ay tito na ganyan, mas injury prone, 'di ba? So you have to watch your and you don't have an injury. Yun. Pag bata pa, walang problema eh. Palakas ng palakas.
What's your general philosophy pala sa buhay, sa life? Like what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated?
Yeah, sa akin, I always consider myself as a ground and pounder. Meaning, I always go after my goals. And I consider life to be short. So you have to live it to the fullest. No regrets, dapat. Kumbaga, parang, if I want to do something, I want to go for something, and it will not harm anybody else, I would go for it. Yun. Wala na yung hiya-hiya. Halata naman, di ba? Hindi mo ako mahiyain.
Pursue your passions.
Kapal mo ka. Yeah, pursue your passions, ganyan. Live life to the
Para
fullest.
walang regrets.
Yeah, so that when the time comes na gusto ka nang kunin ni Lord, you leave with a smile on your face because you're fulfilled.
Ano pala spiritual or religious
Our Christian.
views? Christian.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. I just go where He takes me. And so far, He has taken me to really fantastic places.
How do you overcome like mga problems, uncertainties? Because I'm sure whoever might be watching this, kahit sino out there is going through some trial sa buhay. It's part of life naman.
Yes, yes.
Anong advice or what's your take on overcoming mga hurdles, setbacks sa buhay? Syempre, we go through failures, disappointments.
Actually, I'm a firm believer din na in life there are wins and then there are lessons. So when you're going through a challenge, when you're going through a particularly difficult time in your life, always try to look for the lesson in that. Because for me, I believe that that's how God teaches you to become better. I faced death right in the
Almost.
face. Yeah. When I got admitted sa St. Luke's noon 2021, the doctors told me that if I don't respond in 48 hours, I'm sorry. That's what they told me. Kasi my liver was inflamed eh.
What
Namamaga.
caused that? What happened?
Just COVID just attacked my liver. So double lungs, attack sa lungs, attack sa liver. So they had to put a tube here, straight to my liver, and they had to do liver dialysis. 3 sessions.
Wow, grabe.
Just to bring down the inflammation ng liver ko. Pero before they did that, they told me they have to do emergency dialysis because my liver was failing. And when my liver fails, that's it. So the doctors told me 48 hours. If you don't respond, I'm sorry. So I've faced death. I've faced death already. And alam mo ano talaga, nagpaalam na ako sa ano ko, sa family ko no'n. Kasi posible, there's a possibility I won't leave the hospital alive.
Talaga, it
Nagpaalam
got
na
that
ako.
far pala.
Yeah, nagpaalam ako
Realize.
sa wife ko, sa mga kids ko, ganyan. I told them, I set everything in order na just in case I don't
So
wake
in
up.
that moment, what was going through your head when
Sa
you thought
akin,
you could possibly go?
you know, ano yan eh, yun nga ang maganda doon. I was at peace. Pero I was also praying, not like this. I was just praying to God, not like this. Kasi, alam mo naman nung time nung COVID, di ba? Pag na COVID victim ka, wala kang wake, di ba? And you're not surrounded by family, di ba? Following the cremate ka na kagad, tapon
Diretso
ka na. You're just a statistic, di ba? So it's I don't want that. I don't want to go like that.
Yeah.
So I was always just praying, not like this. Pero regrets, wala. No regrets. Yeah.
So after that, you gained a new perspective.
Clarity.
Clarity na enjoy yung life.
Yeah. Just ano lang, always pray to God for guidance. I always ask Him where He wants to take me, na I will go. Ganyan. And then, ano lang, yeah. So parang ang naging focus nga is more on focus on the on building the car review channel. Building the Reagan's Rides brand. So mukhang okay naman. So far.
Ano pang best time ng life mo? And that probably is the worst time of your life. But anong mga highlights in your life?
Sa akin, ano lang, every time I see my kids, I see my wife, my kids, it's always a highlight, you know.
So you think about yung future nila.
Of course.
Plan it
course.
ahead. Of course.
Yeah, of course. Ano yan to be a good role model for my 3 kids. I have a 14-year-old, an 11-year-old, and an 8-year-old. So, be a good role model for them to see how they're growing. Yeah, for me that's the highlight talaga.
Any other ventures that you want to pursue? Anything you want to explore further?
Actually, can I share with you what one of my ultimate goals dito sa platform?
Yeah, sure. No holds barred to. I mean, yeah.
Actually, yan eh. So I usually film my reviews in the South. And coming back to Makati after filming, I always see this billboard ni James Deakin with the Ogawa.
Yeah.
And then another one with the insurance company. And every time I see his billboard, I always say, someday, I will have my own billboard.
Brand ambassador ka.
Baka nangangailangan ng gateway ng brand ambassador. We can negotiate.
Yeah.
No, but yan ang
explore naman.
Yeah, parang sa akin more of lang eh. When I have a billboard na hindi ako yung nagbayad. Kasi a lot of people say, hindi, gusto mo ang billboard, paggawa ka na lang, di ba? Pwede naman. But gusto ko yung there's a sponsor, di ba? Or a brand that also believes in the power of Reagan's Rides in terms of promoting their product.
Yung branding mo.
Yeah.
Personification.
Yes. Puts me on
branding.
On a billboard along SLEX or EDSA, ganyan. That's one of my ultimate dreams.
Kasi broader impact, syempre, sa tao.
Actually, gusto ko lang mag-selfie katabi ng billboard. Guys, I arrived!
Who knows? Pag meant. Syempre, we can't say for now.
Yeah. Sana may dyan, may brand na nanonood, baka gusto nilang gumawa ako ng billboard. Yeah.
Okay. Sige. I think we covered a lot of ground today. Anything else you might want to add sa viewers or whoever, fans mo or nag-follow sa Reagan's Rides na what they don't know about you na maybe you can impart sa ganitong platform para Reagan in a different light?
Yeah, actually, to all the viewers, if you haven't subscribed to Reagan's Rides, I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Reagan's Rides lahat yan. So please subscribe. Malapit na ako mag 100,000 followers sa YouTube. So I'm almost at 87,000 followers when we film this. So sana you find it in your heart to click that subscribe button and help me reach 100,000 subscribers for the silver play button. And yes, if you watch this video, you will see na, yun nga, although I do my reviews in English in YouTube, ano tayo, Pilipino tayo, nagtatagalog tayo. Ganyan. So,
Ano
nasimulan
pala
lang sa English
tips for aspiring vloggers who want
Oh.
to grow their channel, ganun, make it broader?
Actually, ano yan, yeah, if you're passionate about it, go for it, 'di ba? Kasi ano yan eh, if you're going to build your channel just because of the money, just because of the perks,
Dapat
wag
you get in it for the right reasons.
yes. You have to do it because you love your content, you love your you love doing the videos, making these videos, no. But I remember what my sister told me before. My sister's a lawyer. So she said nga when she was studying in law school, you don't become a lawyer because you want to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
You become a lawyer because you have to be passionate about the law. Because you will never pass law school. You will never pass the bar if it's just about the money.
Mm.
So I think it also applies to being a content creator.
Or any profession, I
Any
think.
profession. Yeah.
Kasi your heart has to be in the right place for
Yes.
you to sustain.
The money is the result.
Byproduct.
That's
yun.
the byproduct.
That will come.
By the way, kumita ako ng ganito. Parang ganon. But primarily, it has to be something you love. Kasi nga, babalik ako dun sa what I said, life is short. To do the things that, yeah, it pays, but it's not something you're passionate about. So, parang that's not a good deal.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah, may saying, he who has a why can bear anyhow. So,
Anyhow,
pag
ganda,
alam mo yung why, so
the how will
you can
follow.
go. It will come.
Yeah.
So you
And-
can keep going.
Yeah. And if you have the passion for it, content creation, ganyan, regular uploads, wag mong pababayaan yung channel mo. When I say-
Consistency.
Dapat consistent. Actually, there was a time kay YouTube nga, once a week pwede na eh. But now, hindi na pwede. Kay YouTube, you have to upload at least twice a week. To grow steadily. Because if you're uploading a little bit here and there, ganyan, the algorithm will not promote you. So there's also the science behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yun.
So reality pa rin yung the
Reality.
science behind,
Yeah.
along with the passion.
Yes. And yeah. Don't really look at this as a source of your primary income source, no? Kasi unless you're di ba? Unless you're like super sikat na celebrity.
Yeah, if millions na, then
millions
pwede
of
na.
followers,
Kaya
ganyan.
na full time.
Yeah, but for a regular person starting out and all, yeah. Kailangan it's a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah. Kailangan mahaba ang pasensya mo.
Okay, so
Yeah.
thank you so much,
Thank you
Reagan,
din.
sa inputs mo. Learned a lot also from
Nakakatawa
talking to
to.
you.
First time ko
Salamat.
mag-podcast.
Okay. So yeah, thank you for today.
Thank
Pleasure.
you, Michael. Thank you.
Salamat. Hope you took something.